So effortless too. Oh, and the trill off it. Oh. It's a great day to play, everybody! Welcome on into the channel. Yeah. Whether it's your first time here or you are rejoining us, thank you so much for being here with us today. You are loved, you are appreciated, you are always welcome here in this channel, and you are enough. Now, today, as I fix my shirt, we are going to be doing Dimash slaying in every register, which is cool because like I've seen obviously throughout watching him, like I've seen a lot of his range, but seeing it all in one video I think is going to be really, really cool. This was actually a fan request via donation a while back, and I want to say it was like via a stream, and the stream got blocked and stuff, and so finally getting to it. I'm very, very sorry with our schedule, but this is when I had it scheduled in. So I'm super excited. If you guys want to follow along on more of our journey, please don't forget, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you know when our videos come out, you know when our live streams happen. And without further ado, let's do this. I almost wish, because there was that note that Lucas and I were listening to in a song, I couldn't even hit it. And I wish, this is obviously a little bit probably of an older video, but like, man, was like, what? With the low range. The high range is like, you just like have come to know Dimash for the high range, but some of the lower stuff, I'm just like, that's insane. That's how I know you go. Удержать не смогли мы с тобой два беглеца. Исчезает до утра. Looked like it was like some like kind of like virtual festival, which is pretty cool. It just like somebody went through and like found every single one of these notes, which is cool enough on its own. The second thing that I've noticed recently, my monitors are really, really big. And I sit pretty close to them, and like I notice like whenever the screen is red, like my face looks really red, and when the screen's blue, like it's like because there's so much light that comes off of these monitors down here. Anyway, I'm sorry. God. All this is making me realize is like we have so much music from him that we have not heard yet. That's really what this is making me realize. Like, at bare minimum, I would say like 50 to 60% of what I've heard so far is something that I have not seen yet. I know sometimes these things are difficult because we've probably had more things blocked by him than I think almost any artist that we've had where I haven't been able to release them. So it sucks because like I know that there's a lot of content out there that I'd like to release, and even with like sometimes putting like the like stuff and blurring the image, sometimes the music actually gets hit. So maybe we won't be able to see all of it, but we have a long way to go. I'm super excited about this. God. God. That release in the end was so cool. It's so crazy because it's like we haven't even gotten into like true like falsetto yet, and like that's what's so crazy about him. His like upper chest head voice range is so unbelievably strong, and generally that's like the weakest point. So like you go from, I'm trying to think of like the best way to explain this. So okay, so mid chest. Okay, so that's chest. But then you can like, once we get into the higher range, we can kind of do like a chest falsetto. And you're going to notice, this is very early in the morning. I'm not warmed up yet, so I apologize. But you're going to notice it's got a much airier quality to it. And then if we go above that, because of the airy quality, you lose some of the force behind it because you're using more air to get out the notes with your constriction. And then when we go into head voice, we lose the voice from here, and it's almost like we use our nasal cavity. And I'm not a vocal coach by any means, but I'm just trying to talk about what happens in my throat. So we kind of close things up under here. We close things up here. And then when we go into... so terrible. But like, that's like the higher end of my range this morning that I could hit. But like, you can hear that like there's more force back behind it because we're closing things off and the note's coming from a different place, right? So like like if we're doing a scale from like lower chest, like this range, this part, like this part's the difficult part. Like that part tends to be the part that's really, really tough to get that strength in. And like he shines so much there that it's just amazing. One day I'm going to have like all kinds of like cool equipment where like I'm going to have like an official like tuning thing that's going to help, and I'm going to have a compressor, and I'm going to have all kinds of things. So like you're going to be like, oh man, because you don't realize that there's a lot of that goes on in these live performances. But yeah, like, sorry for the raw vocals. I don't even know that I could hit that anymore. I'll get this right this time. Wow, when was this? I don't ever remember his hair being like that. This must be pretty old. He looks pretty young there. God. So, okay. So in here, you can distinctly hear the difference there. You should be able to between it. So it's much, the tone is just very, very different. So when you go to use head voice, there's a difference between oh and oh, 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 oh. Do you hear the difference there between when I'm doing it with my chest? Like, the chest just tends to have a little bit of an airier quality, which especially for a pop vocal, right? That's really what you're trying to bring out. You want a little more of that airiness versus kind of more of the, almost like a soprano-ish tone, operatic tone that the head voice brings out. Also doing this as I'm sitting here drinking things that I shouldn't be drinking while singing. Jesus. The crazy thing is we have almost 2 octaves left to go, and I don't even know that this is even in my vocal range anymore. I'm not gonna try anything. I'm not gonna, because I'm gonna like break. I don't have any filters or anything set on the mic to limit it, so we won't try to. I think I'll let you guys know. I think that this is probably at the very, very tip of my vocal range. So effortless too. Oh, and the trill off it. Oh. God. I've not seen this one, I don't think, either. And this is the stuff that's always crazy. Like, I have never, ever even begun to figure out how to do that. I mean, theoretically, it works the same way as a whistle on your lips, right? You close everything off just enough and you push enough air out for a noise to be able to come through because of the way that it is. A reed, if you're blowing like on a grass reed, right? Have you ever seen that where you put them between your fingers and you blow and it resonates? You're pretty much doing the same thing with your lips, with your vocal cords, and you just close it off enough. I've never been able to, even in my younger days, I was never able to do that. Like, it just sounds like interference. God. Man. You know, he's worked on it from such a young age, right? And that obviously has a huge difference in the way that we learn music. I've watched some great series talking about the relationship just between language in general, but how music is a language of itself and it has its own patterns. And the way that if we start learning as like very, very early on, like literally we're not talking about 3, 4, we're talking about kids starting to learn and understand music patterns at like 6 to 9 months old, because it just becomes part of normal language then, that obviously there's a huge difference of what you're capable of and what you can do because of the way that those language patterns develop. But then you still have to work on those. And the amount of work that he's put in, it clearly shows that, like, while natural talent is unbelievably important, at the same point in time, like, a lot of work from like youth can essentially change your genetic makeup, right? Like, kind of like I've alluded, like theoretically, the male voice shouldn't be able to do a lot of the things that he can do. So you'd think, okay, well, he can sing this high, then his speaking voice must be, you know, because some people just naturally have, like, you've heard it. I've heard a lot of, I always think of the singer from Pentatonics, right? Their lead higher male singer who like literally, like, his normal voice is like, it sounds more like an alto or soprano, like just but his speaking voice is very, very high. But Dimash's voice is probably as low as mine, if not lower. You know, so it's just like, so that you wouldn't think that it would be capable of doing that because the vocal cords are still a muscle, right? Like, you still have to, like, work on them. And it's just fantastic to see that it's like through hard work and dedication, clearly we can go beyond what like normal limits would be, you know? And he has just taken that to an extreme by the amount of sheer work that he's put in. Because the people that just say like it's just talent, yeah, he's talented, but it didn't get there without the work, the dedication. Like, that is what I think makes him shine so much, is the amount of time that he's put in to be able to do some of these things and perfect them. And then even once he was able to do some of these things, to be able to take them then to the next level, figure out how to make it sound even better, figure out how to take it in the next step. Like, such incredible vocals here. Well, I hope that you all enjoyed it. Please let me know in the comments below. Like, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you know when our videos come out, you know when our live streams happen. We do quite a bit of Dimash on this channel, and now I've got my producer in as well, you know, so you can get a different perspective, like artist perspective, producer perspective. We got a whole bunch of stuff that we're bringing to you guys in a really, really great, loving community that we do a lot of stuff with mental health, a lot of stuff with just making sure that we're breaking past and just allowing you guys to have a great day if your day hasn't been so great. So thank you so much. You can also check out our new single is actually out right now on Spotify. You can check this out in the links below. If nobody told you that they love you today, don't forget, I love you. You are appreciated. You are always welcome here in this channel, and you are enough. And last, but certainly not least, it was a great day to play. Thank you so much for being here with us, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye. And it's time to change for the